Did you know we have ghost towns right here in Central Florida? Let's go check one out for ourselves. Welcome to Local Love, everybody. I'm Amanda. How many of you have been out on 417 and seen a sign that said Slavia Road? Or maybe you've been out to Lucas Nursery and Butterfly Encounter before. You may have even traveled down Aloma Avenue and passed by this old filling station on the side of the road. And, of course, if you have, what you may not have realized is that you were entering into a ghost town. Now, you may be asking yourself, what is a ghost town? Well, the dictionary definition is a deserted town with few or no remaining inhabitants. Slavia is an unincorporated community in southeast Seminole County. This community was deeply rooted in its faith, and it all centered around St. Luke's Lutheran Church. Now, you can still visit this to get a feel for how these folks lived and celebrated their lives together. Now, Slavia came to be in 1911 when Slavia Colony Company purchased roughly about 1,200 acres of land west of Oviedo area. These immigrants from Slovakia were attracted to our warm climate and the rich soil here in Florida. They wanted their kids to grow up on farms, and at the time, back in the 1920s, their main crop was actually celery. But many of them also took up work in packing citrus as well. In the 1912s, the settlers formed St. Luke's the Evangelizer Church, and while at that time it was just a worker shack that lay on the property at the time they purchased the land, and they converted this several times over the years, and is the building that stands in Old Slavia Cemetery, started in 1933, and today known as St. Luke's Cemetery. The road into the cemetery is actually right across the street from where Lucas Nursery stands today. Many of the founders that made up this township reside in the cemetery, like the Stankos that owned the store, Duda family that ran the Duda sod farm, and others that shared their lives side by side and shared their faiths together in this little church. There's a bigger, more updated St. Luke's in the distance on the opposite side of the cemetery and across the road that meets churchgoers in the community in present day. Back in the day, behind the filling station, there even used to be a train depot. It's no longer there, although the concrete pad it used to be on is still available to see if you were to walk behind that store. Now, this little old St. Luke's church is still right there in the edge of the cemetery, and you can go in and actually visit some of the pictures and things that show what life was like back in those days, and shows you some of the celebrations that they had together. You'll be able to see the old congregation and things like that. Do you want to learn more about Slavia history? Check out the book Like a Mustard Seed by Paul Weir, spelled W-E-H-R. So you can look through that to learn more about this rich culture that they had in this area. I want to thank everybody for watching, and if you want to contact us, let us know what you'd like to see next. We would love to hear from you. Until then, peace.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and share with all your friends. and hit that bell so you know when we have a new video.